Hello and welcome back to Explain the Charts. Today is July 7th, 2025, and we're taking a comprehensive look at ETHUSD, Ethereum, by analyzing both recent news and the charts to help you make informed trading decisions. Recent Google searches show a lot of buzz around Ethereum, including a top expert issuing a major bullish prediction that tokenized assets will support Ethereum, and projections that the price could reach $8,500 by late 2025. However, there are also concerns related to competition from Solana. We will try to correlate the data from these news events with chart activity. Let's start with the daily chart to get a broad overview. We can see a general upward trend that started in early 2024, with some significant volatility throughout the year. Notice the sharp decline in early August 2024, followed by a strong recovery. Then it flatlined for quite a while, before another rise, and then a longer consolidation. In the recent weeks, we've seen a more distinct downward trend. There's been a bit of an uptick recently. One thing to consider is the Ethereum Foundation's recent restructuring and treasury policy, which might be influencing investor sentiment. Now, let's narrow in on the recent price action using the 1-hour chart. We can see more granular detail. Between around June 23rd to July 3rd, there was downward movement, followed by a sharp decline around July 4th. The previous support level around 3,300 seems to be broken, but it may return to that level. Perhaps fears of Solana siphoning away growth, in part reflected by downward pressure from whale sellers reducing ETH balances, are affecting investor sentiment. We've seen some short-term recovery since July 5th, but as of today, July 7th, the downward trend is reasserting itself. If the ETF approval news comes to fruition, perhaps as noted in one of our initial headlines, this downward trend could rapidly change. To get an even closer look, let's check the 15-minute chart to see how things look more recently. We can see that there has been an overall downtrend happening in the last 48 hours, beginning around July 5th UTC. We're currently bouncing off the 2,900 price level, and it may head higher, but that remains to be seen. If we don't see some positive movement in the short term, we may see a further downward slide in the short term. A break above 3,100 would be a bullish sign in the short term. In summary, here are the key price levels to watch. Immediate support, 2,900. A break below this level could lead to further declines in the short term. Short-term resistance, 3,100. Breaking above this would signal a potential short-term bullish reversal. Long-term support, the 2,500 level. Long-term target, a push toward 8,500 by late 2025. Likelihood. Short-term downtrend, 60%. Reinforced by the Solana news and whale selling. Short-term uptrend, break above 3,140%. Contingent on positive news or a shift in market sentiment. Long-term uptrend, 8,500 by late 2025, 50%. Heavily reliant on the success of Ethereum ETFs and continued adoption of tokenized assets.